This week in movies, we're talking about Couples Retreat and Bronson. Let's start off with Couples Retreat.
Let's.
So, Couples Retreat is co-written and starring Jon Favreau, Vince Vaughn.
Correct.
Alongside other members of their troupe, Faison Love, and who else was in it, guys?
Jason Bateman.
Kristen Bell.
The chick from The Watchmen,
yeah.
whatever her name is, Mara Farasasas.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's
hyphenated, right?
It's a lot of hyphenations.
And there's one other.
Jean Reno.
Jean Reno. I feel like there was another. Who was the other girl? Kristen Bell. Oh yeah, right. Faison Love's girl, who I don't know if she is. Anyway, it's directed by Peter Billingsley, who many of you know from as Ralphie from The Christmas Story, who's been behind the scenes. A Christmas Story. He's been behind the scenes on Favreau's troupe for a long time. He produced all of his movies since Made, I believe.
Didn't he produce Iron Man?
Yeah, he's all Jon Favreau's movies since Made.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So, but this is his directorial debut.
Yes.
The premise is this group of friends of these actors, which we just named, are all in relationships, and they go on a couples retreat.
You know what's interesting? I just kind of occurring to me right now is you could sort of track the lives of these people to, like, Swingers, they were these two single guys.
Oh, that's funny.
And then, you know,
They were these two single guys.
Well, no, yeah, but then at a certain point, like, there was they were in the relationship and, like, Vince Vaughn had the breakup, and then the next movie that he just did, that I saw, the Christmas one.
Yeah, Four Christmases.
Four Christmases is like they decide to get married, and now they're married. You know, it's like this funny progression of.
Yeah. So, Alex, what did you think of Couples Retreat?
I'm a big fan of the sort of Vince Vaughn, Jon Favreau. I actually really like Vince Vaughn. I think his humor is very, I mean, it's the same type of humor, but I think it's a good note, as they say.
Right.
And I think there was a lot of really high quality laughs in this movie. I didn't love the movie. I wouldn't say go rush out and see this movie, but it is a funny movie. It's an enjoyable movie.
But don't rush out and see it. It's funny and enjoyable.
Yeah, right. But no, seriously, there's a lot of other movies I'd be like, go see that movie. Oh my God, this movie, blah, blah, blah. But this Couples Retreat, it's like, put it on your Netflix queue and have a good night. You know what I mean? But there were some really funny moments. I mean, genuinely funny moments. But there were some moments that were supposed to be funny that I think fell a little flat. But a lukewarm.
Well said, sir. You know, the one thing that people probably should take away from this show over the course of talking about romantic comedies is third acts are hard.
Yeah,
they're very hard. And it's disappointing because, as you said, this is a very funny movie. Very funny. I was laughing uproariously many times. Unfortunately, they set up this wonderful premise, which is, hey, not only are we going to make you laugh, but we're probably going to say some stuff that will help these people get back together. There is a promise of revealing some sort of
inner truth.
Yeah, or global truths about what it is to be married, you know, and what it is to be a successful marriage. And you always sort of, or at least I felt as I was watching it, excited to see how these conclusions were going to be drawn, how these people were going to get back together. But they happened so abruptly at the end, and in such a contrived way, especially for Faison Love's character, which is absolutely absurd that we're supposed to believe how that is resolved. It's really disappointing because they could have both done a great movie and said some really poignant, wonderful things. And there are, in the first two-thirds, some interesting, nice things said about what a relationship is, but it doesn't really fulfill in a way that's satisfying.
Right. It's interesting because I thought the movie was less funny than you guys
We're very funny.
It's
Oh,
true.
dude.
You are not a humorous person.
But I think I like the story more than you guys did. So there's a lot like 51st Dates, which is a movie that I didn't laugh uproariously throughout, but yet I really love the story of 51st Dates.
wait, 51st Dates.
Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, she's got the memory
I
problem.
love that movie.
Yeah,
love
it's a
that
great
movie.
We never
Yeah.
reviewed it on the show.
never reviewed it.
No, I know, but I really
You just
liked
assume
it.
what we thought about it.
Right. So,
Right.
And it was very similar, I thought, thematically to The Breakup, and I loved The Breakup,
Yeah.
and I thought it was very funny as well. But I actually thought it was well plotted. But I think that. Although I agree with the problems you had with the end, but there was so many setups that I had no idea were setups. I was like, oh, they're actually paying off a lot of things here. Like even with Phase on Love Story. Now, things were a little bit contrived in the end.
A little bit.
But yet there was something cool about how that worked for me. I will say that a lot of what was funny, I didn't think was scripted as funny. It was just their performances.
Well, but that's almost
like
so
these
to
guys
hang out with this group of people.
exactly.
Yeah.
It is Vince Vaughn, the Vince Vaughn guy that you love from all his movies. That's him. Jason Bateman as Jason Bateman, but a little bit
Jason
different.
Bateman
I thought.
can do no wrong, in my opinion.
I thought for the first time he was a little bit. Normally he's the one sane guy in craziness, and he was a little bit the craziness,
Definitely.
and a little bit
Yeah.
less sarcastic, quippy, but still funny.
Yeah. And Catherine Bell.
What did you guys think of the
Amazing.
enormous Guitar Hero commercial in the middle?
I didn't mind it. I thought there was
It was
something kind of fun about it.
Yeah, it was definitely also scripted in a way that was like, insert popular rhythm game here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
been,
and then they were just like, now it is Guitar Hero.
I thought
You know what I mean?
I thought the directing could have been better.
Yeah, me too.
It was a little
it was okay. It was
claustrophobic.
TV.
It was very close up to close up. A shot a person, not a lot of playing in the wide shot, and where a lot of
Yeah.
humor could have come through. Moving on.